Hello and welcome back to the channel. I'm your host Gonzo, and let's get into a new comic book day haul for January 22nd, 2025. So before we get into things, as usual, I would like to give a shout out to my LCS, Cape Comics. If you guys end up happen to pop in there, go tell Mr. Rob that Gonzo sent you. And also, as always, what we are showcasing these comics on are the Superior Stand by the Superior Stand. Head on over there to their website, or just simply go on over to their Instagram. And again, if you happen to talk to them, tell them Gonzo sent you. So, get right into things here. We got our comic haul, got a little mix of DC, mix of Marvel, and what we have here is a Dark Horse comic. So yeah, we have Arcbound number 3. This is, as I said, by Dark Horse Comics, and this guy is written by Scott Snyder and Frank Thierry, and co-written by, yep, you're gonna be familiar with this name, Tom Hardy. So, yep, he co-wrote that, and then with art by Ryan Smallman. So, this guy is about an agent, basically, that is on the run, and he's being chased by some bounty hunters and all that. He has to team up with people, things like that, and try to survive. Typical, like, run-of-the-mill space stuff. Now let's get into the guts here, just show you guys the artwork. So pretty cool stuff. So yeah, so got that. Pretty neat. And let's show you one more page. There you go. So great artwork, like really brings you in. Incredible series if you guys haven't heard of it or aren't already looking into it. Highly recommend it. Not for everybody, but very good stuff there. Arcbound number 3. Okay, and then the next up. Only really still grabbing this because I'm already too far into this thing. I think there's one more left, but this is the What If series. This one in particular is What If Galactus Transformed Rogue. This has been interesting. Not the greatest things in the world, but it's okay. And then we are created by Ian Nocenti and art by Stephen Byrne. And let's show you guys some of the insides. Go. So yeah, so basically what this series is pretty much all about, it's what if Galactus chose one of these heroes as his herald, similar to what he did with Silver Surfer. And in these, he's chosen heralds like there was Hulk, there was Gambit, there was Moon Knight, and now her, so Rogue, and then I think the next one is Spider-Gwen. But yeah, art's really cool, but that's the premise. It's just that Galactus just chooses Rogue as his herald, and she now has his power. Like, haven't read it yet, but just taking a look at this artwork. It looks pretty cool, but the premise, it is what it is. But there we are. What if Galactus transformed Rogue? Next up, we have Power Rangers Prime 3 by Boom Studios. So this guy is written by Melissa Flores and art by Michael YG. So this is, because I haven't touched on the first two, so this is the first one that I'm actually touching on with you guys. what Prime is all about is it's like you can kind of call it a retelling of the Power Rangers, kind of from the ground up. So it is very cool. It's a new take, a breath of fresh air, things like that. The artwork, that's where they get you. So that's really, really cool stuff. Like it is, it just brings you in. So there you go. Some cool stuff there. Very, very neat. There we go. And then this one exactly is, typical. Rita is trying to go after him, stuff like that. But in this one, there's an artifact that Rita's after and stuff like that to try to make herself more powerful, yada yada yada. And as always, the Power Rangers have to try to stop her or get it for themselves, all that. So Rita doesn't get it. But I haven't read any of these yet. I will review them at a later video. But this one does seem interesting. It is going to hopefully have some more action in it. Yeah, very, very cool. That is Power Rangers Prime number 3. Next up, we have a title that no one asked for, but we got it. It is Dr. Doom and Rocket Raccoon number 1. Yeah, this one, it's very, very interesting. Don't really know what to say about it. Sorry that I'm laughing. It's just weird because I didn't read this, but I did read a couple of panels, and it's like, I guess, has some comedy in it, some kind of like slapstick, if you will. Yeah, cover art done by Lionel Francis Yu, and then we got created by Danny Cosman and Will Moss. Yeah, pretty cool artwork. So we got. Go. So yeah, pretty neat, but yeah, it is pretty outlandish. Like, who would team these people up? Like, it's just out of this world. Like, but the art is what you would expect of this kind of thing. But yeah, so can't really say too much about this because it is kind of just out of left field, but very neat. And I grabbed this particular cover because it has all my guys in it. I mean, very cool. That is Dr. Doom and Rocket Raccoon. All right, next up we have Helverine number 2. So this guy is, as you kind of can expect from both the cover and the name, it is essentially Wolverine and Ghost Rider kind of merged. But it's not Logan, and it's not who you think it would be. It is Dakin, Wolverine's son. This is a take on Dakin, kind of like trying to figure out who he is, because he kind of got bestowed the Ghost Rider mantle on him after it came off of Logan. And in this particular issue, though, he is trying to gain clarity of what exactly is going on, because in the last issue he tried to find Doctor Strange to try to give him a hand, but because Doctor Strange isn't the Sorcerer Supreme anymore, he couldn't really help him much. But he did dive into Dakin's memories, and he didn't like it. In this one, he's kind of doing more of the same. He's trying to like find his body, things like that. Trying to like fix his curse, basically. So it's pretty much all it is. But yeah, here we are. I'm enjoying it, so hope you guys do as well. Yeah, Helverine #2. Okay. Next up, we have Naruto and Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. Again, it's kind of like one of those things. Do we need this? But I'm glad it exists, kind of thing. Very cool. The first one was awesome. It does have great artwork. So that is something. That is written by Caleb Goldner and written by Henry Presada. So let's show you some artwork in there. So there we go. It is very, very cool. The turtles all have their get up going on, and there's Splinter. So yeah, very cool artwork. No like true premise of this, like there is, but you can literally dive into this completely blind and enjoy it. You really can. Because it's not like your typical Elseworlds kind of thing, multiverse. Like, it's sort of like just happens. But again, you're glad it did. But yeah, great artwork, great story, reels you in. So yeah, if you're looking for something different than the normal superhero type comic or whatever, and you happen to like turtles and you like Naruto, or you just like one of them and you're just curious, yeah, pop into your local comic book shop and grab it off the shelves and start reading it. If they have #1, grab it. If they don't, or if they just have a reprinting, grab it. But this probably could be something you can probably wait for the trade paperback for easily. But I mean, if you can grab the single issue, why not? TMNT and Naruto #2. Okay. Next up, we have Wolverine Revenge Red Band. So the Red Band version, just to explain what Red Band is to those that don't quite know. Red Band is a comic that these creators put into a poly bag when they go to sell it. Because they don't want a kid to pick it up and read it and see like blood, guts, gore, things like that, because a Red Band is supposed to be, as you kind of know from either movies or shows or stuff like that, that they dub them Red Band when they show you like a trailer. It just has a bit more to it, like I said, blood, guts, gore, things like that. So going and checking it out and you see it in a poly bag, that's why. But I just grabbed this one. A, Wolverine's my guy, and B, I've already been doing the others in the Red Band version, so figured just keep it going. But yeah, it is by Hickman and Capullo. So as you know, these guys are incredible writers, artists, all that. So take a look at this. So incredible artwork, definitely will pull you in. So like, I won't really call him Old Man Logan per se. More like just, I don't know, he's older, I guess. But he is fighting Omega Red there. So there you go. So I won't get too much into this in case it shows too much stuff going on. But yeah, it looks pretty tame for the most part. He sees Sabretooth and he's chilling in the Xavier's chair. It's pretty cool. All right, so yeah, so that is Wolverine Revenge number 4, Red Band. Okay, next up we have Justice League Unlimited number 3. And this guy is written by Mark Waid and art by Dan Mora. So those of you that know Dan Mora, great stuff. Even Mark Waid, like incredible stuff. This one has been a, I guess, slow burn, if you will. The first 2 haven't been the best, but I believe they're building into something. So as you see on the bottom there, it says Dawn of the Atom Project. So if you've been reading that series, that is interesting too. The Atom Project. So hopefully they tie all this together and it like starts making more sense. But this one exactly is the have to fight off global terrorists, and as expected, Superman, Wonder Woman, Batman, and all that, they end up having to fight off the bad guys to as you know, try to save the world and all that. What I like about this too is that it ties into the Question series all along the Watchtower. I haven't been reading that, but I've been following it, and I think I should get into it because that's what would probably help have the story make more sense to me. But yeah, so hoping when I read this, I'll end up liking it more. But pretty cool. So let's show you some artwork. Go. Got that. Got that. So got a guy Aquaman in there. Just a quick plug on Aquaman. If you haven't been reading that series, please do. Very, very good. Aquaman. Show you one more page. Go. So yeah. See. So they tying the Atom Project. Okay. Yep. Justice League Unlimited number 3. Next up, we have The Amazing Spider-Man number 66. This exact cover is Scotty Young variant cover. This is written by Justina Ireland and art by Andrea Brocardo. Okay. So this guy was following 65 in that 65 Point Deaths one. Basically, you got Peter there in that panel. So this one is about where Peter, or Spider-Man, if you will, is broken down by Dr. Doom giving him these powers, running him through these trials. Like, he's just really just going through it. And he doesn't quite know what's next. So he's kind of just down in the dumps over here, eating ice cream. And then we got over here. So cool thing with this one, again, I didn't read it, but on the cover A version of this comic, Black Cat is on the cover, kissing Peter. So we do get Black Cat in this issue. Hopefully she sticks around. Again, I'm not quite sure. Once I read it, I will get more into that. Very cool artwork. Does kind of bring you in, like, from the story being mediocre, but But yeah, again, I am toughing through this series. Keep on going. Hopefully, it gets better, either with the new creative team or even now. So here's hope. But yeah, that is Spider-Man number 66. Next up, we have Absolute Wonder Woman. Here we go. Here's what we came for, guys. Absolute Wonder Woman, number 4. So this one is just absolutely incredible. Pun intended, I guess. Uh, but like, can't get enough of this series. Like, absolutely incredible. We got Thompson, we got Sherman, and also you probably know her from the G.I. Joe series, Jodie Belair. Just absolutely awesome. Like, I can't say enough about this book. A quick tidbit on the whole Absolute for those who aren't aware of it, those who are just either jumping into comics, thinking about it, or just they're just watching this just to check me out. Absolute, in general, for DC, it's a take on the stories that you thought you knew from like Wonder Woman, Batman, Superman, as of now anyway. There's a few more in the future. It's a different take on their upbringings, what makes them tick, all that. This one, so just to kind of go back, act like I'm talking about the first issue, Wonder Woman basically is still technically an Amazon kind of, but she's kind of coming from hell this time, and basically has to like claw her way out pretty much. And then fast forward to this one, she has to fight this thing called a tetracide, and Diana basically has to try to escape, things like that. I don't want to say too much, but I haven't read this exactly, but I have like seen the synopsis and saw like the previous reviews on it. It's very, very good, very good. So don't want to say too much on it, but when I get into this artwork with you, like, absolutely incredible. Like, come on. Like, look at that. Got the lasso. Also, I'm not sure if yep. So there's her giant like Buster sword, like crazy. Yeah, I'll show you one last. There you go. And I don't want to go into too much and spoil it even for myself. But yeah, very, very cool. Absolute Wonder Woman number 4. If you haven't picked it up yet, please do. They are on their, I believe, second and third printings already. So if you're not that person and has to have like the first printing, if you're okay with like a second, third, or like fourth printing, they're on it now. So please head on over to your comic shop and please grab it. You won't be disappointed. Next up, we have Detective Comics. This is number 1093. Your guy Batman. This series has been very good. And don't be scared of this 1093. Oh, do I have to get the other 1092? No, you do not. You can either grab a couple of trade paperbacks and maybe get caught up on things, or you listen to me. This is what I'm for. So I can break all this down for you. So I will perhaps have an episode about something like this. Maybe have an episode talking about the Absolute Universe. Maybe the Ultimate Universe by Marvel. Maybe I merge them. I don't know. Like, possibilities are endless. But yeah, don't be scared by that number, because you will eventually get there. So this is written by Tom Taylor and art by Michael Janin. Again, so incredible, like artwork, and then we got here's the guts. So Like, just look at that. And we'll do one more. Just go a little further in. Look at that. Just incredible. So this one, Batman is trying to find. So in the past few, or a couple issues, there was this person going around, like, kind of like taking. Don't really want to say, like, taking younger folks, let's say, and trying to basically make like a serum kind of, and to try to prolong like older people's lives, stuff like that. So yeah, without getting too much into that, so that's pretty much like the brief premise. And Bruce is basically trying to crack the case in your typical Detective Comics in Bruce Wayne fashion, and that's it really. Not really too much else to say besides insanely spoiling it. But again, haven't read this one exactly, but yeah, the past few have been pretty good. So hopefully they keep it up. Go. That is Detective Comics number 1093. All right, next and last up, we have Ultimate Spider-Man number 13. So to get into this real quick, gotta confess, this is my first single issue getting into Ultimate Spider-Man, okay? I know, sorry, I'm late to the game, but I've heard nothing but good things, and I just, week after week after week, I just kept saying, I need to grab it, but I don't need another book. I need to grab it, but like, finally caved, finally grabbed it. I was able to find the volume 1 of the trade paperback, and I think the second one is coming out. I think either next month or in March. So that's that. But I am glad that I at least got into this one. So this guy is by Jonathan Hickman and Marco Cicchetto, I believe, or Cicchetto. Sorry if I'm butchering your name, Marco. Apologies. But so this guy is pretty much a introduction into Craven, as you can see there. So yes, that Craven, since the 6 and all that. Basically, he's hunting Spider-Man and all that, dubbing it his last hunt, yada, yada, yada. But that's not what we came for. We came for the artwork, right? The story is going to tell itself, but man, look at this artwork. Like, come on. Like I am glad that I finally got into this. Like, look at that. Like, incredible. Look at that, Spidey. Look at him. But yeah, glad I did it. Yep. So we have Ultimate Spider-Man number 13. Hope you guys are picking it up. This is another one I could talk about all day. The whole Ultimate Universe and all that. Similar to the Absolute, it's just Marvel's version essentially. Pretty much like a new take on it. Yada yada yada. We've heard it 1,000 times. But that's all for the comic book haul for January 22nd, 2025. Do all the goodness, like, comment, share, and subscribe. I appreciate you all, and I will catch you on the next one. And don't forget, enjoy your comics.